can start over. That's fine.
Here we go. We are recording.
Okay, so hi everybody. Like I was saying, we all should have gotten our Life Without Limits newsletter today or yesterday, just depending on when your batch went out. And in that, it does talk about all the ingredients in Flex Caps and the wonderful sale that we're having starting on the 13th. So if you all would take some time to look over that in the next few days, would be great, so you understand what the ingredients are. But what I'm going to talk about tonight is what makes Flex Caps different than those supplements that you find at Costco or Target or any of the other places where you can pick up supplements. So one of the biggest things, and this goes for all of our supplements, not just Flex Caps, but this month obviously we're going to be concentrating on that since that's what the promotion is on. So all of our products are standardized, so when you open one capsule, it is going to have the exact same amount of the active substance that the next capsule is going to have. So you're not wondering if you're getting the same in each one, where with some other companies and other products, it's just by weight. And so then if the herb has the same amount of weight in each one, the active component can be vastly different. So with ours, you're making sure you're getting the same dose every time, which is huge. We have a proprietary mixture of ingredients. So in many of the joint supplements out there, they have the glucosamine and chondroitin, and that's, going to lubricate our joints, which you'll learn about some when you read The Life Without Limits. But also we have turmeric in ours too, and so it's that unique combination that we get results right away because we're able to reduce inflammation, where if you're just supporting the joints, you might not notice for, weeks or months after you start them. But with the reducing inflammation, you're able to notice a difference a lot sooner. So that's one thing that's great, especially with our 30-day money-back guarantee. You're able to know if it's working before that time is up. We don't have fillers in our products, and so you're actually getting what you're paying for, not just extra binders and things to fill up the capsule and stuff like that. In many other places, that is the case, and then what they're saying is in there isn't even what's in the product, where with ours it is what's there. There's been some legal action against some different companies that were in one of the Target stores that they got tested later on, and the active ingredient they said was there wasn't even what was on the, hi Crystal, wasn't even what was on the label. And so you're getting what's on the label when you take our products. They're all have gone through they're all made in facilities that have all of the different, I can't remember what they are offhand now, but all the different standards to keep everything clean so you're not getting extra stuff in them. And then the last thing that makes ours different and better is that the absorbability rating. If you put one of our capsules in a glass of water, which is nowhere near as acidic as our stomach acid, you're going to see that it's dissolved by the next morning. So you know that they're opening up in your stomach and you are able to absorb what you're taking, which is huge for our bodies to react to those components if they're actually getting into our system. So does anybody have any question about that? I know it's pretty brief, but pretty in-depth too, but I wanted you guys just to know what makes ours different from the other competitors out there.
That was great, Adele. So is it like up to 2? You can have something in the product and not on the label if it's up to, how does that work? Like if it's under 2% or something, you don't have to put it on the label, or what's that?
I can't remember the exact amount, but it's like, if it's under, I think it's under 0.2% actually, if my memory is correct. It's been a while since I've looked into that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So there can be a product that, you read the ingredients and say you have a gluten sensitivity and there's nothing in there that indicates that there is any, and then you take it and you get sick, but it didn't say gluten-free, so it might have some little bit in there that has a gluten ingredient or something. And the other thing too, if it says natural colors or natural flavors on things, those can be anything. There's no regulation on what those are. Mm-hmm. So a company can say that for pretty much anything under the sun, just so that people are like, oh, it's natural, I can take it, not a big deal, when it really might not be.
And of course, ours all have that, gluten-free, no wheat, corn, yeast, dairy,
Right.
sugar, color, dye.
Fillers.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
How about can you take too much?
sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Can you take too much of it?
Well, like we can't really give dosing directions. If you wanted to call me about a specific client, I could give you
No.
guidance, but I can't really just say, hey, you can take this much or not, especially on a training that might be seen by other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 I think is what the bottle says, right? 3 a day.
Yeah, it says 3, and I think I don't remember it on the bottom in front of me, but I think it says 3 like 2 times a day, or 3 per day, and you can spread them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's
it's
what
3
it
per
says.
day.
It
and
says.
spread 'em out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crystal's got her little document in front of
Yes,
her.
I do.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you.
You're
Cool.
welcome.
Cool.
And if you guys do have questions for specific clients, you're always feel free to contact me on Facebook message. I can help you through some of that too.
Thanks.
Awesome.
And I want to can I add just one last thing too,
Go for it.
mostly for Denise, that you don't have to have all the answers and know everything to talk to people about products. Like if they say that something hurts, say, well, I have something that might help you with that. And then, can I send you some information? Then you send them the white sheet on it, and that gives them all the information. And then if they have questions, you have time to research them if you need help with that.
Well, you're
Awesome.
just such a rock star. It's just
So actually, before we cut off this recording, let's just go
Sure.
ahead and do also how to share about and I'd love if we'd share a couple of customs or FlexCap testimonials, and then we'll end this portion of the recording.
Okay. It's really simple. I mean, what I do is what I did with Dr. Rosie, who's a chiropractor. When I was seeing her, she's a nutritionist also, is I put together these little packets, and I handed out as samples. And you can get these at Zerkers in like 5 cents a piece, or you can get even cheaper ones at Walmart, like 30 for like $3, or I mean, just simple. And then what I do is I just take, in the back office, you get the FlexCap sheet, and I just fold that, staple my business card, and then it recommends 3 per day, and I put 3 days in there. And then of course, if I'm going to hand them out to them, I obviously won't, before I hand them out, I want to get their contact information. You want to take this now, and then I will contact you in 3 days, and I same follow up as we do with a sample, right? And then the other thing that I found myself doing, I also keep these in my planner, which goes with me everywhere because I document all my mileage. And so if like tonight, somebody was saying at the appointment that I was at that she has a mother-in-law that has rheumatoid arthritis. And so then I can just hand it right out, even without a sample. So especially since this is, it's on sale coming up here in a little while. But I just have those like that. But I found we've been swimming, doing swimming 2 or 3 times a week at our pool, our local pool. And there was a guy in there, and he's like putting the jet and the jacuzzi on his shoulder, and I was like, you got a bad shoulder? And he's like, yeah. And so I listened to him talk about it. And I said, well, have you ever taken MSM or glucosamine or turmeric? Or, well, yeah, maybe. And he's like, and then I wanted to like go into all the details on the page, right? But because I've been listening to the boot camp, I was like, well, you know what? I said, my mom is 75 years old. She has arthritis really bad. So did my grandma. And she took it and actually timed it. So, and in 22 minutes, she could feel how better she felt. And instead of buying 3 different products, she only bought 1. That was really cool. And then, because I listened to Danny Johnson, I was like, stories. Oh, then I thought about Terry, my husband's best. Terry, right? Terry. Well, Terry, he does construction and that kind of work and everything. And he goes, well, you told me to start with 3 and then I backed it down to 2. And he goes, but you know what? With me, it actually works like in 10 minutes. I said, so when do you take it? Why do you take it? And he goes, well, he goes, in the morning, yeah, but I did for a little while, but economics. And he's like, so when I get home and I can't get out of my chair and it hurts so bad, then he said, I kind of take like an aspirin because it works that fast on him. And so I just, instead of going through the details of what all of it was, I just told stories.
And it's better than an aspirin because aspirin would have a side effect when this does not.
Exactly.
Yeah. Aspirin's destroying your liver while you're able to walk around.
Right.
Versus, yeah.
Do not like medication at
And-
all.
And then he said to leave, and I wanted to immediately go into telling him how bad the leave was. And I was just like, this is all natural. This is what happened. And then I told Marilyn's story about, and I don't know Marilyn's story totally, about how he used to
Her
climb.
brother?
Yeah, how he used to climb up something in Disney World or something,
Yeah.
and his knees hurt so bad. So I just like rattled off 3 stories instead of going into the whole, and I said, well, when do you come to the pool? And he's like, well, I come, they don't come on we go on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and sometimes on Saturdays. And I said, well, I'll put one in my bag. And he's told me what he was taking. I think it's like Gabapine, which I have also taken that, which is, it's a muscle relaxer, but it doesn't. And so I'll meet up with him, but I have one in my swimming bag. I have one in my purse, and I have these in my planner that goes with me everywhere.
That's awesome.
So
The
that's
fruit
pretty
taste
much
is
it.
so good, Mom.
Yeah, and that's it. They love it.
That's awesome. Nice
Really
job,
That's it.
Crystal.
That's it.
Nice job.
We're recording our training right here. So we are going to continue with a little bit of testimony. So Marilyn can't be here because she's actually in California right now, but we will kind of get her to post on Facebook, Marilyn, her testimonials. But she sells quite a few flex caps individually like you have, Crystal. I personally moved into this house. We had a split level before, but these stairs, I don't know if they're pitched different or what. I get to the top, and by the time I got to the top, my knees are going click, click, click. And I was like, that's not good at all. So as long as I take the flex caps, I have no clicking. And then my 14-year-old son, if we're out, is quick to tell me, because for him, he grew so fast, he just has that achiness, and it takes that away. So that's awesome. And we both just take 2 a day. The dose is 3, but 2 is what seems to work just fine for us.
Yeah,
But I think it also depends on, like
I usually, unless they have arthritis and they're 70, I do recommend they start with 2. And, and then Terry backed his down. He could actually take 1. He said they could get up, and then if it's a bad day, a lot of construction, crawling on his knees, that kind of stuff, then he'll take 2 or 3. But yeah, so start him off with, so basically in this sample, so 9.
I have to do 3 in the sample though when they're sampling, because we wanted to have results right away.
Right
And
away.
then when they have the product, they can always for sure back it down. But
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
but I love, it is that whole tell a couple stories, right? It's not about what's in the products. It's not about, we're not really like, hey, and so you should go look up turmeric on Amazon. Right? That's really not what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's this product that will make the difference. And I love one of the other things, of course, on that boot camp, when they ask you questions, I don't know about that. All I know is
That's exactly what
that JW is achy if he doesn't take it. My knees click if I don't take it. All I know is, I know a gal who had her neck fused, and the pain that she had, she takes 4 a day, but she was taking all kinds of other things to try and help with pain. Now she doesn't have pain. What about I don't know about that. All I know is we have those great ingredient sheets. Here's more if you want to research it. So I think that is we can get so hung up on the facts. Facts make people think. Stories plug into people's emotion, right?
Right, and
And make them want
and
the
you know what
solution.
else I've noticed though, when you give them the samples, or they get their first bottle, sometimes both, they will give some to a friend.
Yeah, you've had that happen quite a few
I've
times.
had that happen and Terry also, he gave it away, and he's like, I gave them a whole bottle. I mean, I've had multiple times where they'll give some of their sample or some of their bottle to another person. And so then of course, when I found out Terry gave it to somebody, I was like, hey, there's a sale coming up soon. I'll let you know when it is.
Right.
Stuck on it.
Yeah. And then the last piece I want to add, and then Adele, I want to see if you have any testimonials to add, but don't think we have to give them a sample, right? Sometimes because we have a skincare sample, we think we have a 30-day love it or your money back guarantee. To be honest, 3 days is only going to give you a taste. How long have you been feeling this way? It may take longer than 3 days for you to get better, but if you're serious about not wanting to have clicking knees, have achy back, be sore after the gym, be sore after you garden this spring, be sore, if you're serious about whatever their problem is, we've got a 30-day love it or your money back guarantee. Give it a whirl.
And I don't think we use that enough.
Right, the
With all-
30-day love it or your money back, right.
With all of our products.
It's an easy crutch to think we have to give somebody a sample.
You
But
don't.
really, I mean, the co-op, I'll go buy things at the co-op because I know I have a 30-day love it or money back guarantee there. So there's things that we don't have that I'll add in and I'll go buy them there. But I'm not expecting him to give me a sample for me to decide.
Exactly.
I know I have a 30-day love it or your money back guarantee.
And I'm very selective on who gets them.
Right. Well, I don't think they're a bad thing to give out. I just think it's okay for us to think too. Do you want me to get some ordered for you?
Well, when they say that there's a couple of people besides them that have problems that they might share that's when they'll get the sample. As opposed to go check it out, read the information, here it is.
Well, even why we do, like, I think either we want to, ask for that sale right then, right? Or give them a sample, one of the two.
Yeah.
But heavens, let's not follow up.
I know.
Follow up. So awesome. Okay, that's going to conclude our Flex Caps portion.
I'm going to end that recording real quick. Maybe. Stop. Do you want to stop the cloud recording?